Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. Welcome back to Movie Monday. Oh, geez, this one's only 90 minutes long. Why can't it be longer? Anyway, something a little different. Not really different, but also a little bit different. I'm watching new releases, which I wanted to incorporate into my Movie Mondays anyway. I did it with Snyder Cut and Godzilla vs. Kong. This one, obviously a lot smaller in terms of, popularity. But we got two action movies. So I'm watching right now. I mean, I'm not watching it yet, there's still the credits. But Nobody, starring Bob Odenkirk, aka Saul Goodman from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. And after this, I'm going to watch Without Remorse, which is a revenge movie starring Michael B. Jordan. So I'm looking forward to that. But first, it's Bob Odenkirk. It's an action movie. I don't know much else about it. It's just an action movie. I don't know about the plot or anything. But I guess he's sort of a nobody, but he's actually a really good fighter, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna watch it. Apparently it's really good. I think, was it the guys of John Wick who worked on this, or am I wrong? Don't quote me on that, I might be wrong. But yeah, apparently the action's pretty good, and apparently there's a pretty good movie, so I'm just gonna sit back and hopefully enjoy a very good action movie. Yeah, I think people who worked on the stunt work and the fights of John Wick worked on this as well, like sort of. I think that's what the connection was. They're not connected, by the way. It's not in the same like universe or anything. But I just knew there was a link to John Wick in terms of the action. That's why I'm expecting a little bit in terms of action, because John Wick movies, they have amazing action. The build-up is pretty slow, but once it gets going, it really gets going. So this guy, he doesn't have like the best of fighting skill, but he's a fighter. He's a brawler. He'll get punched, he'll take hits, he'll get stabbed, but he will hit back twice as hard. It's brilliant. So one night he gets into the wrong fight, and what I mean by that is there's a brother of someone he fights that's pissed off after what happens in a fight. So him attacking someone ends up in more powerful people coming after him. So that's pretty interesting. In a way like John Wick, when you think about it. Although John Wick has more fighting skill. But still, I'm enjoying it so far. My word, this movie, man. First of all, this guy, who's apparently a nobody, he is willing to go to great lengths to defeat his opponents. He doesn't give an F about his own health. He will do things that will potentially kill himself just to kill other people. It's crazy. And his dad's even crazier. Okay, maybe not even crazier, but his dad's also in a nursing home, but he's also deadly as well. It's crazy stuff. This plot isn't like something like, some sort of complex thing, but it's an action movie. And for an action movie so far, it's pretty good, pretty good. And the movie's over. 90 minutes is too short, but to be fair, for 90 minutes there's quite a lot in it. Yeah, so this isn't like a masterpiece or anything, but the action is fun, and that's what it is. It's an action movie with, there's scenes that are like, it's not just fighting all the way through. There's scenes to build the story and stuff, but when the action arrives, it's good. It's brutal. Eventually it switches from fists to guns, and it gets a lot cooler. Then the final battle is pretty cool. So he has a friend as well who kind of helps out, but yeah, he's a crazy guy. He's a crazy guy. If I was to if I was to give this a rating, I would say 7 out of 10. I'd say there's an after credit scene or a mid credit scene. Yeah, there wasn't much in the after credit scene. It was just about 2 characters in the movie. But yeah, it was interesting. As for the movie itself, the final battle, I've never seen the song "You Never Walk Alone" used in such a violent sense. They played "You Never Walk Alone," which I usually hear in Premier League games before Liverpool games, but I've heard it in this in the most violent way, but it kind of works for what they were going for. One of the kills that he gets, I'm going to call him Saul because that's what I know him as. One of the kills that he gets at the end, crazy guy. A lot of the kills he gets, it makes him look crazy. But yeah, this is pretty good. It doesn't make me desiring a sequel. It just makes me think, okay, this is a good action flick, and it's cool to see Burton Kirk doing something else than being a lawyer. So yeah, that was awesome. Awesome seeing him being the action hero. I guess he had a life before, but then he had a family, and then he got back into that life, basically, in a way, like John Wick. But yeah, I think it was pretty cool. For what it was pretty cool, and I enjoyed myself. Next up is Without Remorse. Now the thing is, it's currently release day, April 30th, 2021 is when it comes out on Amazon Prime. And I got Amazon Prime, not even for the video, I got it for 1-day deliveries. It's very useful, but I'm gonna look it up now. I looked at midnight, it wasn't there, so it's 2 AM now. I'm not sure they would have put it on. Oh, it is on. They've got it. It's available. Watch now. 1 hour 49 minutes. I'm gonna watch it right now. I was gonna watch it a day after, but I'll watch it right now. Let's do this. Damn, this movie is a lot more serious. I'm already, what, half an hour in? A lot more serious. Like, the other one was very good, and it was brutal, but it still felt brutal in a comedic way, like an action comedy. This is... There's no laughter in this. Basically, he's a soldier, goes on a mission, and they end up attacking Russians, and apparently the people who sent him there knew about the Russians. And then, I guess, to tie up loose ends, they start killing off the soldiers involved in that mission. But they fail to kill him, but they kill his family. So he's looking for revenge, but the government is not pursuing it, they're letting it go. So, you know, that's all I'm going to say, because if I say anything more, it's spoilers. But that's the premise, basically. So he's going to go on a revenge mission. It's an hour and 20 minutes left. I'm looking forward to it. But damn, I really feel for the guy. Obviously it's all fictional, but I really feel for the guy. This is brutal. But I like brutal. Okay, this is a lot more than a simple revenge plot. There's a lot to this. It's quite complex. There's a lot of different elements to it, which is very interesting. It's not just simply him going after the people who killed his family. It's a lot more than that. And I'm really into it. There's a scene where they go to Russia. There's a scene on a plane and scenes in Russia. Those scenes are so intense. I was hooked. I was gripped the whole time. It was elite. A great part of the movie. This is really good, man. There's a few twists and turns. I just want to see what happens next. And the movie's over. That was good. That was damn good. I really enjoyed both of these movies. For different reasons, actually. Like, the first one obviously had great action, but it was more on the funny side. This was more on the serious side. Really enjoyed both. If I was to give this one a rating, Without Remorse, 8.5 out of 10. There's also a mid-credit scene. If you do watch this movie, there's a mid-credit scene, so stick around for that. It's a nice reference. Obviously, this is a Tom Clancy movie, and obviously there's Tom Clancy games, shooter games, like Rainbow Six, etc. There is a mid-credit scene that kind of references something from the games, which is pretty cool, but also quite a cool scene, and it plants the seeds for a potential sequel. But if they do want to do a sequel, I felt like this is a good first movie to do it with. I came in thinking this would be some typical revenge story that I would just enjoy the action of. No, it was a lot more. A lot more than that. Like, the revenge part took a back seat in a lot of the movie. My main issue is the ending. Ended too quickly, to be honest. Because of how the movie went the whole time, it was so good, and then the ending just happens, and it happens too fast. And it doesn't feel like a climax. But apart from that, you know, solid movie. 8.5 out of 10. And since it's on Amazon Prime, I'm going to rewatch it again a couple times. Might watch it again on my big TV, because this was awesome. This really was awesome. If I saw this in the cinema, I wouldn't rewatch it on in the cinema again, but I'd probably wait for the Blu-ray and buy the Blu-ray. But because it's on streaming and it's at home, it's a home release, I'm going to watch this a few times, because it's a really good watch. It's a really good watch. So yeah, that is it for this week's Movie Monday. I've actually recorded a few of these in a row, like in advance, So I think the next episode might be the Snyder Cut 4K Blu-ray. If it's not next week, it's the week after, but look forward to that. I got a lot of things planned, rewatching certain things, watching things for the first time, like Fantastic Beasts and Blade Trilogy. There's so many things I want to get through this year. And eventually, I want to start a James Bond marathon, but that won't be till like the end of the year anyway. But once I get through a lot of ideas I have for the series, I will be starting that very soon. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and see ya.